Okay, travel graphs. Travel graphs are another pretty rare type of graph. You don't see them very often, but they come up in tests and exams quite a bit. So this is how a travel graph works. Up the side, you have the distance in kilometers, normally the distance from a starting point. Okay, distance from home, if you think about it like that. And then across the bottom, you normally have time. And that's the time that the person's been traveling for. Okay, if you think about a round trip always ends up with you coming back home. So normally most of these graphs start from home, and then they get further away from home, and then they come back to home after a certain amount of time. It might be your trip to and from school. You start in the morning, and you go away from school. You stay at school all day, and you come back to school. Okay, this one's a bit more complicated. This person goes away from home for a bit, gets a certain distance away, then comes back closer to home for a bit, then goes a bit further away, and then comes back. Maybe they've got 2 shops to go to. Okay. Read the question. What is the distance from the start after 45 minutes? So after 45 minutes, this person was 16 kilometers from their start point. Okay. Wasn't the furthest they got, that was up here, 18 kilometers, but they were a little bit closer after 45 minutes. Next, what is the distance from the start after 45 minutes on this one? So after 45 minutes, they were 13 kilometers away from home. During what time period was the car traveling the fastest? So this is where you've got to think about what this graph is showing you. Okay, in the first 15 minutes, it traveled from home to 18 kilometers away. So it went 18 kilometers in 15 minutes. In the next 15 minutes, it went from 18 kilometers away to 25 kilometers away. So it only went another 7 kilometers in 15 minutes. That's slower, isn't it? Going 7 kilometers in 15 minutes is slower than if you went 18 kilometers in 15 minutes. In the next lot, it stayed the same distance. Look, it stayed at 25. So the car was still, the person wasn't moving. Okay, so this person was stuck in traffic or parked for 15 minutes. It didn't go anywhere. So that was travelling the slowest. And right at the end, this person comes back from wherever they are, 25 kilometres away, look, and they come back to home in the 15 minutes. So in that block, in that 15 minutes, they went 25 kilometres. So it was 18, then only 7, then none, and then they came back 25. So where were they going the fastest? Well, it's where they did the most kilometres in that time. So this bit here is where they did 25 kilometres in the 15 minutes. So you must have been going faster to do 25 kilometres in 15 minutes compared to doing 18 kilometres in 15 minutes over here. So it's where it's the steepest. Okay, and in this part of the graph is the steepest. What speed did the car travel at from 45 to 60 minutes? So from 45 to 60 minutes, okay, they went from 11 kilometers to home. So they did 11 kilometers in 15 minutes. So how much would that be in an hour? Because remember, speed is always measured in kilometers per hour, kmh. So in kilometers per hour, well, if they did 11 in 15, they would have done 22 in 30, and they would have done another 22 in the other 30. So you just multiply it by 4. 11 times 4 is 44. Okay, so you've got to work out if they did that speed in 15, times it by 4, and it tells you how much they would have done in an hour. And that's their speed. One more speed one, 30 to 45. They went from 5 to, looks like 13 to me. So 5 to 13. So they went 8 kilometers. Okay, not very far, just 8 kilometers. So the speed they must have been doing is 8 and 8 and 8 and 8. Because remember, you've got to times it by 4. 4 eighths are 32 kilometers per hour.